In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a lot of different arm wrestling related matchup polls. We just had the European Championships. We're about 2 weeks almost away from EVW 24. So a lot of interesting potential future matchups. Bacho versus Rickard Bourneman. Obviously, Rickard has been competing in super heavyweight class, but Bacho is an absolute unit. If you saw the European Championships, how he was able to completely dominate his weight class, the 110 kilogram class. Would be interesting to see him in East versus West in 115 weight class or 105. I think he would be a serious problem. I mean, his hand and wrist. He basically won the European Championship, made it look so easy. His arms are just ridiculous. Let's read a couple comments. Bacho looks terrifying in that pic. Yeah, that is kind of a demonic picture there. But this is pretty close on the poll. Rickard with the slight edge here. That's interesting to see. Next one, Dave Chaffy versus Bacho. Dave Chaffy, the huge favorite. Come on, laughing emoji. Next one, Levon versus Caterpillar 797F. I'm guessing that's a specific model of the construction equipment there. Bro, really? I mean, I don't know. Bacho is a unit. I would not sleep on Bacho. I don't know why that's that crazy to think about. Did you just see what he did at the European Championships? I mean, completely destroying Sonev and Reno and other opponents. I mean, I was very impressed by what he did there. Bacho's a unit. Next poll, Reno or Oleg, left or right, I said here. Oleg, the heavy favorites. Not too surprising. Oleg has been on a tear in his super matches since losing to Devin Larratt. He's been on a tear. Now, Reno won the European Championship on the left. On the right, it was third, I believe, behind Jordan and Bacho. Reno's so underrated, says this person. Reno is supposed to lose, but flop press is such a cheese technique that much stronger guys on paper sometimes lose. Reno is so underrated. That's crazy. People forgot he was a 115 kilogram champ. Left hand Reno, right hand depends on how close Reno is to his peak shape. Apparently, Reno is still having some pain, or he's still coming off of an injury on the right arm. I believe that's what he said in an Instagram comment after the Europeans, after his performance on the right arm, where he got third and first on the left arm. Let's go to the next poll here. We got a bunch more. Georgie Svetkov versus Cordeta was requested to make a poll on this matchup. I think this could be interesting. Nah, Cordeta is a meme until he reevaluates his training, says that person. Alex could beat him again for the third time without defeat. I'd love to see this matchup with both arms. I think this could be an interesting match. Let's go to the next one. Prime Denis Saplenkov 2018. Immortal Denis Saplenkov 2018 versus current Vitaly 2026. People have Saplenkov as the favorite. The clear indicator of the state of IQ among arm wrestling fans. We certainly have a lot of new fans coming into the sport, that is for sure. Vitaly destroy him. I think, yeah, it depends on the arm. Maybe left arm, I would have Saplenkov as a favorite. I think right arm, I would have Vitaly as a favorite, in my personal opinion. I can smell all the Dennis Glazer from miles away, says that person. Next poll here, Petrenko versus Bacho. Oleg currently, but Bacho is looking wild, says that person. Huge favorite to Oleg. Again, I don't know. People tend to be sleeping on Bacho. Maybe a lot of the newer fans have not seen World Championship matches with Bacho or the European Championship that just took place. Maybe they're not fully aware that Bacho is a serious threat. Bacho and Ivan Matyashenko, who would win? Ivan as the favorites. I don't care against who, but I want to see Bacho compete in Georgia at EVW. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's August 1st is the event, the next EVW after the Arkansas event. So would be cool to see him. Obviously would be cool to see Levon, but I think that's a stretch. He wants to compete in December, which would be a year and a half since his last match, which is unfortunate. I'd like to see Levon compete more frequently, personally, being that he's a absolute monster. It's awesome to see him compete. Honestly, after seeing Bacho compete recently, I think it's not crazy to compare. Exactly what I'm saying, exactly. First, I was thinking, how is this even a question? But nah, the guy's insane. Yup, totally agree. Next poll, F.A. Komek, who just won the world champion, or the European Championship on both arms versus Leonitis. people are kind of calling out that they think FA would actually win this match. They're pretty convinced because people don't think Leonitis is at a super high level yet. But I tend to think Leonitis is improving very rapidly, and he seems to be taking the sport pretty seriously as of recent, based on his lifts and everything, all the things you're seeing him post on Instagram, that he's looking for a match in August. So again, no knowledge, people. FA Comic will destroy him easily. FA would beat him on both hands combined. FA beats Leonitis in a lunch break. No need for a match or poll. Some of these voters are insanely ignorant. You have to admit Leonitis is clearly been leveling up. If you saw the training footage with him and Kalinichenko, clearly Leonitis is leveling up. So I don't think it's something where you can not call him an arm wrestler for that much longer if he continues to, be really serious about his training. Several more polls here. Jerry Cataret versus FA. Jerry has a huge favorite. Jerry can only win with the ultimate attack, the tongue tension. Let's go to the next one. Which athlete do you want to see compete at EVW the most soon? Smaev, of course, wins the poll. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. People want to see the freaks compete. I mean, that'll get millions of views. It's funny. People are saying, don't bother Smaev. He doesn't care about arm wrestling whatsoever. Then why is he posting like pronation lifts every other day if he has no care for arm wrestling? Or at least maybe he's just trying to gather hype from arm wrestling fans. But the fact is he's posting pronation lifts, like every week, which is interesting to say the least. So he's a heavy favorite. Bacho, Ryan Bowen, or Zaloyev are other people who obviously would be cool to see compete in EVW. Several more polls here. Rickard Bourneman versus FA. Rickard as the big favorite. FA would probably destroy him right now, says this person in the comments. People underestimate FA. He's really impressive. That could be a good match. I think this could definitely be a good match. It's astonishing how many people who are voting. Only regarding to hype, that tends to be a case a lot of the time. But either way, it starts a discussion in the comments so people can disagree or agree or, share their thoughts, which brings hype for a match either way. So who would win, Devin or Ivan? This was something Devin mentioned. He might go down and beat another Russian at 115 and beat Matyashenko and grab the title. 92% think he would beat him. No one can beat Devin at the same weight. That should be clear by now. Absolutely agree. I mean, the only guy who can beat him is Levon Sagnashvili, and he has a significant weight advantage. So anyways, last poll here, Wallace Dilly versus Chance Shaw. A bit surprised. Personally, I would have Wallace as the favorite in this match. I've gripped up with Wallace recently, and the guy is an absolute freight train, so that could be an interesting match. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video pretty much. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. EVW 24 coming up in about 2 weeks and a couple days, so that's going to be huge. Code TOM to save money on the pay-per-view. Hit the link in the description if you want to buy tickets. You'll get 5% off as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.